Hi, Papa. Because it's somehow weird, I started to write 3 new chapters, and they disappeared while I've been in the bathroom. Um, I decided to talk about it. So, about my pregnancy last year. Um, I became pregnant from actually sex and a one night stand because I desperately wanted to get pregnant because of the abortion the previous year, the year before, and I was really having a lot of sex during the Oktoberfest in Munich. And literally, I was sleeping with everything, which was the jumping around in a disco, more or less, because I've been dancing a lot, and obviously Oktoberfest, it's a lot of alcohol and a lot of drinking, so I've been drinking quite a lot. Well, for my measurements. So I was having a lot of sex with tourists as well because Oktoberfest is a very international celebration. So I was pregnant within 2 or 3 weeks, and then I decided to go to Berlin because it is the capital of Germany. I thought it's better for a baby to come to be born in the capital at least, or somewhere in the English-speaking countries like UK or Australia or Canada or US or whatsoever. So I decided to go to Berlin, and I was staying there. The girl in the same apartment, like a 3-bedroom apartment, which was actually very nice, but I didn't tell her at all that I'm pregnant. But I've been already pregnant in some weeks, and I feel really actually skinny because I didn't eat anything to that time, but I was drinking a lot of milk and eating some dairy products because I thought my boy would have perfect bones and good teeth, and I knew from the very beginning that it's gonna be a boy. So I decided to name him Max Angela because I thought that Max is everywhere. You can see Max on every device worldwide because Max is like maximum, and I thought he's gonna be famous and it's perfect. And Angela because I love Michelangelo very much. So I decided my baby to be named Max Angela. So I was pregnant all the time, and this girl didn't know anything at all. I didn't tell her at all because the year before I got to abort my child, and his father wanted me to abort the child. So I was very very sad because of that, because it was a very bad experience, and I didn't want to go to the doctor anymore. So I decided just to be pregnant and not to go to any doctors. And nobody knew that I was pregnant because, as I previously told you, I kept being skinny all the time, more or less skinny. So this girl didn't know anything, and then like in the 7th month, I told her that I'm pregnant because I got to move out of the apartment, but I thought she's going to be prolongating my stay, that would be possible, but somehow it wasn't possible. So I decided to leave the apartment, and I was actually thinking about moving to the UK. So because I was on a social aid, I didn't get any additional money for the child care or for my pregnancy, during my pregnancy, and I didn't get any jobs because well, I don't know why. I'm actually a very, very experienced teacher, and I am a very, very good piano player, and I have a lot of experience, years of experiences of working with children in school. So I was actually very disappointed not because of not getting the job. Yeah, so thereafter, I I was like living more in hotels because I thought I'm gonna be living in the country, and like after I told somebody in the office that I'm pregnant, I I got even less money than usual. So it was very disappointing, the entire experience. And then I think it was 1 month too early. Um, I was having, you know, what do you call it? Well, I was getting the baby was getting out of my womb. I was giving birth, and it was quite sudden because well, it was too early. I think I was probably too tired, and I was probably too sad. All of a sudden, in the morning of the April 16th, the birthday of Charlie Chaplin, same day, I was giving birth. I was staying in a hotel, and like at 5 o'clock or 5:30, I was having um, huge aches. Well, and these waters just flushed out of my body, and I was really scared, and it was it's very, very hurting actually. So I got myself somehow in a taxi, and I got into the hospital on my own, and then I was giving birth in the next 2.5 hours. And Max Angela came into the world at 7:30. I think 7:30, and he popped out within 2 hours out of my body, and then and really I have to say that the doctors they didn't give me any pain release at all. Although I've been asking for some PDA, or what the name of it is, because it was really hurting to give birth without any injections. It's really hurting. So I gave birth at 7:30, and then then they brought the child shortly away to have the measurements, etc., and the weight. And then I stayed with the child for a week in this hospital because I literally didn't know where to go. And then a friend of mine, his name is Joe, I asked him to help me because some workers from the Jugendamt, which is a very horrible place for children, it's kind of an office which is caring for children. They've been coming to me to the hospital, and they told me that the police would remove the child from me and give it to, like, I don't know, just remove the child from me. And then they are coming to the hospital to bring me out of it with the help of police. And I was very, very distracted by that and disappointed and very sad, obviously. So they asked me just to bring some kind of a friend or relative to the hospital, which would help me in the first time, and to take care of me and of the baby. So I asked a guy who was absolutely not the father of the child, but it was a good friend of mine, but we didn't know each other for such a long time, or not such intensely. But nevertheless, he said, yes, I'm going to be picking you up in the hospital like some days later, because right now I have to travel away. So he said, yes, it's okay, you can stay with the child at my place like for 1 month, because he was having a big apartment and he was having a spare room, and I knew he was a very, very, well, he was quite a Casanova. Well, every time I've been to his place, he was having at least 3 to 5 girls there, and he was actually very, very active. And I mean, we had sex like twice in my life, actually, so not so very often. And he was not the biological father of the child. As I told you previously, it was somebody from Munich, or I was getting pregnant in Munich. So, so this guy told me, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be picking you up like 3 days later. And during this time, in the meanwhile, these workers from the Jugendamt came again to the hospital, and they literally told me that it doesn't matter whether I found somebody to stay at or not. They are removing the child from me, and they are bringing me with the help of the police out from the hospital. I didn't understand that at all, because firstly I found somebody to stay the 1 month there until I'm settled, and secondly it was my own biological child, so I didn't understand the point actually. I mean, I was giving birth to my first child, and it was my child, so why are they interested in removing me from the hospital with the help of police and taking away the child? Because I never told anybody that I want to give the baby away or something else, because I've been expecting this child very badly. So they made me enormously scared. Obviously, after the birth, I was having a surgery, so I was enormously scared and bleeding and super tired. But I've been enormously afraid, because they've been Germans, and I knew already back then that Germans are capable of everything. So I thought they're absolutely able to give my child to adoption or something else. And because it was my first child, I was absolutely frustrated and terrified, and I've been crying a lot. So I decided to escape this country, because I knew that this Joe, he's also German, and I thought that he did sign some kind of a contract with these German ladies from the Jugendamt, because all the Germans, they are sticking together and very tightly. So I thought that he was actually have the same thoughts like these women, and he was not interested in helping me. So I didn't have any trust in him anymore, because actually he could have been like picking me up immediately, but he decided to go away. So because I was so very stressed and sad and crying around, I decided to go away with the child to Italy, where I have some relatives, some relatives, and I just decided to go to Italy with the child, which I did. So, well, summed up, it was all very, very uneasy, unpleasant thing, but in the end, I think I'm just always scared about Germany, and every time I'm in Germany, something really bad happens to me. It's like a never-ending story, and I'm kind of fed up with that. So I want to be an American, and I want to live in America. If you can somehow help me, I would love to become a screenplay writer, because I'm writing a lot, and if you would love me to cooperate with you and to adopt me somehow and to help me, because I'm an Oscar winner, I know that. I know that I'm a very, 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 very big, great writer. I decided to ask you to adopt me, and yeah, use to inspire you. and to give me a chance to move to Hollywood and to become a star of television and of films, because I also created Happy Days, but I'm gonna be telling you that a little bit later. Okay, I love you. Bye.